While the Western media continue to give the impression to the average layman that everything is allegedly fine and the situation on the contact line is under control, military experts continue to talk about an inconvenient truth that sooner or later even representatives of mainstream media will have to admit. So, on Friday evening, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis literally stirred up a hornet's nest, saying that the counteroffensive of the armed forces of Ukraine is a real failure, and that the NATO command did not expect this. They are all furious and disappointed there. No one expected this. The Ukrainian army has been preparing for this offensive for a long time, receiving from NATO Western weapons and intelligence data. However, during 10 days of fighting, none of the 6 Russian defense lines was broken through. Moreover, the Ukrainian army also failed to occupy at least one strategic height. This is a real failure that NATO will never forgive the Ukrainian command, Daniel Davis said. The U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel also added that Russia is only getting stronger from this conflict, and that time is playing against the West and not Moscow. Daniel Davis's words are also confirmed by other experts in their articles for reputable magazines. Military analysts claim that the Russian army is changing and transforming before our eyes, turning into a formidable force that no one will be able to match. Experts note that if earlier the Russian army relied on brute force, crushing the enemy with a large number of tanks and artillery, now the Russian troops are gradually switching to a new style of warfare. Now the Russian army is increasingly betting on artificial intelligence and expanding opportunities in the field of high technology. Simply put, the Russians are now acting ahead of the curve, trying to hear and see the enemy much earlier, suppress his communication channels, and deprive the enemy of sight and hearing. More and more analysts claim that with the end of this conflict, the world will see a completely different Russian army, with the experience and strength of which the armies of other countries of the world will not be able to match. Meanwhile, looking through the next report from the Zaporizhzhia direction, it becomes clear what kind of trap the Ukrainian troops fell into. Commenting on the current situation, military expert and acting governor of the Zaporizhzhia region, Yevgeny Balitsky, noted the appalling situation of the advancing Ukrainian forces. According to him, the Ukrainian troops suffered catastrophic losses in the Zaporizhzhia direction and at the same time were unable to take control of any strategically important settlement. The Ukrainian army even managed to lose all small villages that came under its control at the very beginning of the counteroffensive, Yevgeny Balitsky said. At the end of his interview, the military expert and acting governor of the Zaporizhzhia region added that if the Ukrainian command continues to make the same mistakes and send its troops to certain death, then, by the end of July, the Ukrainian army will be completely destroyed in the Zaporizhzhia direction. And what about you, my dear friends? What do you think about the current situation? Will the forecast of military expert Yevgeny Balitsky come true? Will the Ukrainian army be destroyed by the end of July if the Kiev command continues its unsuccessful attempts to break through the Russian defenses in the Zaporizhzhia direction? Write your opinions in the comments below, and I will read them with the greatest pleasure.